Well, welcome to the sideboard. Those silly gooses don't know what they're talking about. I'm talking about standard. The standard archetypes, all of the people who went 4-0 in standard. Obviously, there would be a pretty inflated number of them considering buys were factored in. I'm going to start off with just the two archetypes that were the most successful. By far, as far as converting into 4-0s, two archetypes stood out way above all the other ones. Dark Naya, archetype I know a little something about. That deck had 3 undefeated players, including Brian Braunduin, whom you've already seen on camera. I don't think you guys got to see him playing in standard. He's playing something very similar to the SCG Vegas list that I played, that Brad helped us develop. He basically cut the Lingering Souls, added some Garruk Primal Hunters to the main deck, and retooled the mana base a little bit, along with some Rakdos' Returns in the main deck. A lot of people have not seen those coming, and Brian has very easily dispatched a couple of opponents to end up 4-0 in standard. On the blue-white-red Flash side, that's the other major archetype that had a bunch of players on undefeated. 3 plus 1 more playing Geist. Matt Hoey is the player on Geist. Among the notables with blue-white-red Flash, we had Dan Jordan, Todd Anderson, and Christian Valenti. I don't know how many buys Dan Jordan had. I know Christian had 1 and Todd had 2. So a strong showing from named players on that archetype. It's definitely one of the ones that's huge here in the field. Outside of 4-0s, there were plenty of players on 3-1, and it's clearly just one of the more popular decks in the tournament. So if you came here with a good blue-white-red Flash matchup, you're probably pretty happy about the way the metagame's shaken out. Moving past that, Black-Red Aggro was the 3rd most popular 4-0 deck. It just had Joe Bernal as far as big names playing it. Eric Pay is the other player on it. As far as I know, conventional list, nothing really to see here. Moving past that, we had a green-white aggro deck, a junk aggro deck, a 4-color control deck in the hands of Lauren Nolan, a Naya Humans aggro deck in the hands of Ben Weinberg. You've seen Ben playing some Legacy on camera already. And 1 Humanimator deck, very similar to what actually won GP Nagoya just this past weekend. Anton Kotov flew in from Russia, managed to convert into a 4-0 with a deck a lot of people thought would just be a bad choice considering the amount of hate and just how vulnerable it is to a lot of the anti-graveyard stuff. That's pretty much your standard 4-0 breakdown. After this upcoming round, which is round 8, which will be Legacy, we're going to talk more about the players who went undefeated in Legacy, compared with their standard records, and just talk about who's positioned the best going into day 2 of the tournament. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to the booth where Adrian and Cedric can talk all about their cool little bug stuff that they were so excited about. So you guys can hear it from them.
SCG Live is brought to you by StarCityGames.com